Hey, what's going on, my people? My people, welcome to another episode of the Transform You Live show. Today, we're going to be talking about 11 questions to ask yourself every day for a healthier body and mind. So, do not go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hey, it's your host, Marcus Hart. We are back for another important episode of the Transform You Live show. The only show you can make real life and business transformation, harness power, optimism, hope, and faith. We're talking about 11 questions to ask yourself every day for a healthier body and mind. I was thinking about this as I began to transition myself back into working out again and developing a real consistent workout routine. I had took some time off, and and I got pretty lazy, pretty louchy, and I stopped wondering about my health, and I paid for it. It took a toll on me, and I found myself sick. I found myself gaining weight. I've been the heaviest I ever been ever in my life, and I feel it's about time that I get motivated about my health. And not only that, when you are at your full potential as far as your body mass, and if you are getting the necessary activity that you need to get on a week to week basis, this can also improve your mental and emotional uh, side of yourself as well, and also it can help to better enhance enhance your spirit and lift your spirits up higher. You find yourself a little bit more agile. So let's get into it. The first question you need to ask, okay, you need to be asking yourself. Um, this to me, this is the most important one. Okay, when we thinking about how to have a more healthier body and mind every day, and it's how much water am I drinking? This is probably getting real cliche. You're probably hearing it so much, and and to the point where it's like, okay, dude, I know, I get it, but I've heard two different answers to this. When I ask a primary provider or physician or nurse practitioner, uh, I have heard, or a nutritionist. I have heard asked a nutritionist as well. So I've heard drink, eight glasses of 8 ounce 8 ounce glasses, 8 ounce glasses of water daily to stay hydrated. I also heard that you should drink whenever you are thirsty, and to me, I think this is the most practical one, especially if you have someone who's going to be, you're going to be getting that necessary activity, and you're going to find yourself a lot more parched than if you wasn't getting this much activity. So for myself, I like to utilize the the excuse me, the drink whenever you're thirsty strategy, as far as like staying hydrated. And for me, it's not just water. I do a combination of both water and juice. So see which one works for you. If you get one of the people who can track how many glasses of water you're drinking every day, then go for that one. But if you feel like it'd be more practical for you to just track, you know, or not necessarily track, but just drink whenever you're thirsty, go take that option as well. Uh, Next one, number two. Number two on the list is uh, excuse me, and this is one that you could easily adopt this one and put this one right. This is something you can do right in the morning. Okay, and for some people, they don't even take the chance to take the opportunity to look in the mirror, and that is, what are my thoughts on my appearance? simply asking yourself about this, kid, definitely it can either do one or two things. It can boost your confidence because if you feeling like you're feeling your best and you're looking your best, then at that point you don't have to worry much um, uh, about this question, because you're gonna feel it, and and when you look yourself in the mirror, you're gonna look it, okay. And sometimes you can take an extra mile. You can ask someone, rather be a friend or someone trusted that that's not going to lie to you, and ask them like, hey, how do I look today? How's my appearance? So, from and don't just get like a very simple answer. Get something a little bit more detailed. Ask them like, how am I looking from head to toe? Get a little bit more specific. Because if you ask somebody just how you look, they're gonna say, "Oh, you look good. You look okay." But if you get more specific, like, "Hey, how do I look in these pants? How do I look in this shirt?" You know, how's my neck looking? Like, I mean, you can ask specific questions to get down to the bottom of, like, if you're satisfied with your appearance or not, or and really getting yourself kind of motivated to try to improve upon, like, how you're looking in that particular moment. Maybe it just takes a little bit of um, clothes change, or maybe you just need to might you just need to hit the weights a little bit harder. So I think this is a really strategic question, a very good question to ask yourself. Um, Next, you know, how can I move my body more today? That's another good question to ask yourself for a healthier body and mind. How can I move today? More today. And for me, I find that it was real easy to just add some walking, add some light walking in. There's numerous of, like, these at home and even office routines, exercise routines that, like, you can look up on YouTube to, like, find, like, different routines that only take about 5 minutes to do, and you don't need any equipment. You don't even need much space to do some of these exercises. So I normally incorporate those things into my day too, especially when I know I'm going to be in the office all day. I will look something up on YouTube and find, like, a 5 minute office exercise or stretch to do, and that account as my extra movement for the day. So start by asking yourself that question, especially if you're going to have a long day where you're just going to be sitting around a lot. Maybe there's something simple you can do. It's just simply going outside, taking a little break and walking around. You can even set a timer on your phone for, like, if you don't have that much time, if you can't walk like longer than 10 minutes, set your timer on your phone for 10 minutes, and once you hit that 10-minute mark, then start walking back. Okay, just turn right around and walk right back. And don't judge yourself on, like, uh, how much you invest into like moving more every day. Don't start measuring. Just make it a habit to, like, do something extra, with your body, as far as movement wise. Okay. Next thing is, um, what are my goals today? Whenever you ask yourself this, it not only it sparks some ideas about how to look your best healthiest self, or but, like, it helps. It most importantly helps your mind, because another thing we need to have activity in is, we need to have activity of the mind. We need to have the mind, being challenged and being utilized, and not just set on idle, or set on ready to react. So it's very important, very crucial that that you ask yourself this question. That way you can start with, like, some real big goals, rather, um, and I wouldn't do no more than three, me personally. But you can set some big goals, and then start breaking them down to smaller goals, and that can really challenge yourself and really push yourself and motivate yourself, because as you are knocking down those smaller goals, it's getting you closer to achieving some big goals. And once you achieve one thing and knocking off the list as something to that you have done and to do, at that point, then you are able to, um, to develop your inner confidence. It helps your spirit. It helps for a more happier state. Um, you are able to like increase your productivity more. Your focus is more sharper because like you're more zoomed in and more narrowed in on on a specific goal, because you have woke up this morning and set these goals, and so therefore, by breaking them down, you see yourself achieving them, and you're moving forward in that, not backwards, and not at idle. So it's very important to have that in mind, a challenge, and with a purpose for the day. You know, even if you know what your major purpose is, what your main purpose in life is, but it's still good to have this feeling of like having um, a thing to do, for the day. That can be your mission. You want your small mission, your small in many purpose in that day, to feel like you're being utilized, and you being your best self. Okay. Okay. So that was that. Um, this pairs right along with it. What can I do to reduce stress today? Okay. What can you do to reduce stress? And the minute you ask this question, you start thinking about different things. Like, maybe I can do some self care things. Maybe I can go get that massage that I've been thinking about. Maybe I can go um, visit someone who brings me peace, and it helps me to reduce stress. It helps me to relax. Uh, maybe just that. Again, going back to that simple walk. Maybe just a walk in nature. Maybe a walk around the community that I live in is enough to reduce stress. Uh, you know, uh, you have numerous things to choose from, and and self care doesn't have to look expensive. Self care doesn't have to look like doing countless things in one day. You can do one little thing that can cater to your self care. Um, one thing I did, I invested in. I ended up investing in like a face massager. Um, so these face roller massagers. These are very effective, and these are very good to have on hand, uh, and they definitely reduce stress. Also, I got a scalp massager. A real nice scalp massager. The scalp massager, again, it really does help with like if you're a person who like me, for example, whenever I get anxious, whenever I feel like very challenged, or feel like very stressed, I get to scratching my head, or I get to um, digging in my scalp, as a way to relax myself, or to coddle myself. Uh, making this investment, that little small investment in a scalp massager, you can find one for like a little nothing for $1, probably at Dollar Tree somewhere, at the dollar store. But that the but definitely for me, the scalp massager has is just using that, like every day, like for a little bit, that definitely has helped to reduce my stress a great deal. Um, Next thing is, what healthy foods can I eat today? Okay, so what healthy foods can you eat today? A lot of times we are so impulsive when it comes to food. We whenever we get hungry, you know we're looking for the easiest hunt. I like to call it the easiest hunt, and like rather it's something pop in a microwave, or rather it's a fast food joint, because you don't feel like you got the time to really sit there and and figure out, like what other healthy options are. Sometimes you just go for your favorite meal, or the least expensive meal. But uh, if you invest a little bit more time, the first thing in the morning, thinking about, like, okay, what can I add to my meal plan today? What can I add to a more healthier eating lifestyle, healthier diet? How can I put that, incorporate into my lifestyle today? And you'll be surprised, like when you roll up to a fast food place, you'll think a little bit longer before just simply ordering because like you feel a rush. A lot of times people order, because they feel rushed, and really, the workers are there to serve you, so you should never feel pressured to like just find the first thing on the menu. That sounds good, but give it a little bit more thought. And if you're feeling that anxious about ordering and holding the line up, or you want to feel very generous to the fast food workers, plan ahead. Like you pick out the restaurant you're going to, and you look at that menu ahead of time before you get into the drive-through line, or before you get into you go inside and make your order, and you already have an idea of what you want to eat. And again, this gives extra room for you to actually give it some thought if you didn't figure it out at the beginning of the day. Okay. Um, Next thing is on the list is like, and this is a very important one too, is um, how many fruits and vegetables are you eating? Okay, and so I'm not very good at keeping up with um, like with how many fruits and vegetables I'm eating. So what I normally do when I know I'm missing vegetables and fruit out of my daily lifestyle, I I would opt for a smoothie or for a shake, or something that like or a juice drink. So I'll go for a juice drink that has the fruits and vegetables kind of like mixed in and turned into a smoothie. So like because I know I'm horrible when it comes to excuse me, figuring out which fruits and vegetables to add into um, my daily intake of my diet. So smoothies are good. Juices, that's juice from natural fruit. Um, shakes, shakes are real good too because like the shake powder. Most shake powders contain a lot of the vitamins, the daily vitamins that you need, and some extra minerals. Some of the same stuff you can get from fruit, but nothing beats actually eating fruit in vegetables. So if you can add it to like your lunch, if you can add it to your breakfast, or if you could add it to your dinner, do so and make it a side. Make it an extra side. And again, it doesn't take that much fruit and vegetables to really like feel like you're getting the, the correct amount, right? Um, what is so? What is my activity level like? And this is something that it can be measured. You know, um, you can start looking at like how much time you spent walking, how much time you actually took the time out to like get off your butt and like maybe walk from one end to the house to the next. That's where the Fitbit comes in at because you can keep track of your steps and all of that good stuff that a Fitbit provides. But even phones can like track your steps too. And that's a real good way to kind of measure your activity level. Yeah, and you can always like I mean it's pretty clear when you like go to work or something, or if you have spent a great time driving, like because you're on a road trip or something. So a real good way to like just be considerate of how much activity level you're getting. All right. So utilize that. Next real important one is and it kind of goes back to like the fast food thing, and just looking at the type of foods that we cook at home too. It's like how often am I eating processed foods? Very important question. How often am I eating processed foods, and do I need to reduce the amount? Do I just need to like completely eliminate it because like maybe for this week I'll just skip out on all processed foods and try to find some different options. Sometimes you can take a little fast from processed foods, and you can notice immediate results in an immediate difference. Real good to think about. Okay. Um, how much sleep am I getting? this is crucial right here. So how much sleep are you actually getting? Now, it's been a recent study that came out that revealed that like not every adult needs 7 to 8 hours of sleep. So some people may need the full 8 hours. Some people may need 10. Some people may only need four. Like myself, I can run off of 4 to 5 hours um, of sleep. And sometimes like when I get more than that, I feel the lethargic. I feel very lethargic. I feel like I didn't get any sleep at all, or like the sleep was too short. So so it's real good to keep a sleep journal when you're trying to figure out like excuse me, when you're trying to figure out like what's the most healthiest amount of sleep you need, and the number of hours you need. That will really help you to like kind of figure that out. Okay, so keep that in mind, and uh, take the time out to like just being sure that you get when you figure out like how many hours you need to actually feel productive, that like you start sticking to those hours. You try to stick to like going to sleep around the same time. Um, like even if it's like an hour ahead, you can always pick it up. You can always make up for that. But don't if you go to sleep at a certain time, try to stick with that at a certain time. You know, rather it be a little bit earlier you get in or a little bit later that you're gonna get in. But like make sure it's not 1 hour on each side. Okay, and that's what from like just utilizing the sleep diary that I learned on my own through experience. Okay. All right, so like we down to the last question that you need to ask yourself every day for a healthier body and mind. And that question, drum roll please, is how much time are you dedicating to doing something that you actually enjoy? Okay, I know a lot of times, we get very mission driven, we get very uh, driven on like or feel very anxious about making money because we need money to pay for things. But every now and then, you find yourself burning out from like being too heavily involved in like money making activities. Okay, if you are constantly doing money making activities or doing things for other people and doing things that they choose to do, you know, then it's time that you start investing in yourself and investing the extra time needed to dedicate yourself to doing something you actually enjoy. Find out what your hobbies are. Like everybody has hobbies. You don't know what a hobby is. Maybe you're struggling to add new hobbies. Do like I did. Go on Google, type in, give me a list of hobbies, and like you'll get hundreds of different hobbies. I mean, there's different things out there that you can try, different things out there that you can learn, that you would get a lot of fulfillment from, and then you're doing it because you enjoy it, not because you're trying to make money. And it's also great to just to find something um, that you can do to give back to someone else. To that you can give to someone else, someone who's not expecting it, someone who may just um, wanted to may need the help, but like they didn't expect where the help was gonna come from, and then you do something nice for them to like kind of contribute to like whatever it is that they're missing out of their life, and you add some value to them. So this is a real big one. I think this is one that like we neglect so often, about like how much time we're dedicating to doing something that we actually enjoy, and it can be added into personal time. But me personally, if you can even add in an extra 30 minutes to an hour, where you actually do something you enjoy, or maybe you just pick a day, pick a whole day where you're just going to do things that's like for yourself, cater to yourself. Okay, now I'm going to give you guys a bonus one to before we end this off. So a good bonus question to ask yourself is, and this really is going to contribute to like having a more healthier mind and healthy emotions. Is like knowing who your support system is. Know who you can call on when things get rough. Who is your top five? Okay, I like to use the top five because I think about, like, when T-Mobile first came out with the Fave Five, the people that you can call unlimited. Before we everybody started having unlimited calling. So these people you can text unlimited, call unlimited. So you take the same concept of, like, who's your Fave Five? Who are the top five people that you can reach out to when things get rough, or you just in the gym, or if you're just feeling challenged, or you just maybe you feel a little bit depressed and you need that extra pep talk. So these five people, they can be a combination of professionals, mental health professionals. They can be faith leaders. You can add in relatives, and friends. So right there, right away, you got two off the back that's kind of guaranteed: mental health professional and a faith leader. Then, of course, with number three, you can put in a family member, a trusted family member, and two, you know, two of the choice. Maybe it's your significant other. Maybe you're in a relationship and you feel comfortable and safe opening up to them and providing them, what it is that you challenged with and going through. You know, I experienced this myself today, where um, I just didn't really I didn't really like ask myself that question, like, going out, and then I actually had to take the time out to really ask myself, okay, well, who's my support system? Who can I call? And then that's when it's ideas started coming up, and I feel a little bit more vulnerable, a little bit more comfortable with being able to talk to the people that I know that are on my list. Okay, of like five people that I trust, five people that I know I can go to. Right, so develop that list. Um, you got the questions here. Revisited this video a couple times to be able to, like, take down all of that information. And I like to hear from you. I like to hear if these things are working out. If you feel like there's a question I should have added, um, that you can ask yourself every day for a healthier body and mind, put it in the comment section. Let me know. Leave a review and let me know. Reach out to me directly on Instagram at MarcusHart_official, or at the show's IG account at Transform You Live Show. So we love to hear from you. Love to hear your thoughts and pick your brain, and if you got questions for me, that I can help, I'm here for you. I'm your stress and wellness, stress management and wellness expert. So, like, Marcus Hart, that's also your host of the Transform You Live Show. Check us out on YouTube and any podcast app. And don't forget to subscribe and follow us if you're doing it already. Until next time, many blessings, peace, and lots of love. I'm out.